Yeah, and you mentioned in previous videos that the way to build a sales team is, first of all, set aside some additional profit to begin to hire the first salesperson and to grow that sales team, and to never hire just one, to have enough profit set aside that you can invest into two salespeople, because then they can become competitive and they can end up giving you more feedback to refine your sales processes. But just kind of walk us through that process. You have a DISC assessment that you use as a process of interviewing and then bringing on the two salespeople or other larger amounts if people want to grow faster. What would that process look like for you?
Well, just like anything, you have to create a funnel. So you got to write the ads and get a lot of resumes, right? So when I ran an ad, I would run on, Monster, Indeed, I'd email, I put it on Craigslist. I mean, I'm probably dating myself. There's a lot of, ladders. I mean, there was like hundreds. I would literally go spend $5,000 posting the ad in like 50 different places. So that way I had 100 resumes. I don't ever want to run one ad and get 10 resumes and feel like I need to pick 2 out of 10. So I'd get 100 resumes, then I'd put them through my little disc profile. I really liked hiring high DIs. They could be DI, they could be ID, they could be D or I, but they've got to have one of the two, preferably both. That was a secret to my hiring. And I'm going to do a video just on disc profile. An S personality that's really steady will not cold call and hunt and build rapport and close and ask for the money. They're just too nice of people. A lot of my best friends are high S personalities. I'd never hire them for sales, but hang out with them. Great people, super fun, nice, like too nice, you know? And then the C personality, which is kind of analytical engineer, always studying the roots instead of picking the fruit. They don't work out in sales. So I look for high DIs, high IDs in sales in the disc. That was like a secret where the high DIs would sell 4 times more than the SCs. Every SC I ever hired in sales, I fired him. Every single one. Not one of them made it. Not one. So very crucial to the disc profiles are crucial to my success as far as hiring salespeople that were making outbound calls. My products were hard to sell. A lot of competition, a lot of outbound dialing. So these things I'm saying fit my businesses, maybe not every business in America, but so yeah, run the ads, get a lot of resumes, run the disc profile, and then my interviews, not like I had a real special interview, but I did find like 20 questions that I would ask that would open up conversations. And it was I was taught years ago, Jeff, there's one thing you have to find out in the sales interview if the salesperson has clock speed. If they don't have clock speed, you cannot teach that and you're wasting a hire. So clock speed would be like, oh, David, I don't really like that, Honda Accord in black. And then the clock speed might come back and say, hey, white's a lot cooler in the summer. Like instantly they have that response time. So a lot of my interview questions were just seeing if they had clock speed, if they could answer a question quickly, overcome an objection, if they were smart enough to have a comeback. If they just sat there dumb, founded, quiet, it's like, this isn't going to work. I need salespeople with clock speed. So most of my interviews were about that, pulling, because everyone's a salesperson in an interview. I mean, everybody's telling me how great they are, how hard they work, how much experience they have, how driven they are. So it's so hard to tell in an interview. So I would look at my disc and I would look at clock speed, and that was my hire. In fact, I would, at this point in time, I would not even need to interview them. As long as they shared my values and they weren't criminals, they weren't liars,